He's just taken away from his future goals of achieving a pro card and actually winning a pro show. Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Giorgio Valentino. Today we're going to be talking about Brandon Harding and the reason why he's not competing for his pro card anymore. I'm not sure if you guys know, but I'm a massive fan of Brandon Harding. I've been following him for a while and I've been following his journey. Before I get into this video guys, drop a like, subscribe, support the bro, and we'll get going. The first thing that I want to say is I support Brandon with any decision that he makes. Now, why is Brandon not competing for his pro card? What's the reason? Like, he was on his journey and now he decides to call it quits. Well, it's simple as this. He doesn't have enough muscle mass. He needs to put on 10 to 15 pounds apparently to compete with the pros. And I do agree, he definitely was looking way too thin in his last show, regardless of winning it. If he wants to proceed further in bodybuilding, he definitely needs to put on more muscle. And he knows this. And Brandon's correct about that. Callum, I'm sure, made him aware of it as well, is that even if he does receive his pro card and he wants to compete in a pro show, he literally will be moused. He has no chance against these pros. Like, they're going to be holding so much more muscle. And Callum even made a point that if even one of those pros is in the same condition that he is, he just won't stand a chance. So I do see Brandon's reasoning for not going for his pro card this year. And it's one of those things where he's going to take 2 steps back now, but will be taking 5 steps forward in the long run. And that's one of the things you just got to do if you want to take bodybuilding seriously, and he's one of those people. And Brandon does want to step on the Olympia stage. He even said it himself.
But staying on prep for a total of another 4 weeks, would that be the best decision? Would I be sacrificing potential muscle mass, which is the one thing that I need to try and retain and bring to a future show if I want to stand a chance against winning a pro qualifier? Or would it make sense to listen to the judges' feedback, knowing that the stage is always going to be there? Regardless, if I achieve my pro card this year, to be on the standard, to actually be competitive in a pro show, I literally have to gain 15 to 20 pounds of sheer muscle mass. To simplify it, I can achieve a pro card this year and I can be a skinny guy that needs to take 2 years off to build muscle to be competitive on a pro stage, or I can take a year off now, having not achieved my pro card. The stage is still going to be there, the work that I have to do still has to be done, but instead I could achieve a pro card this year, hold on to it, but not be able to utilize it because I'm still not going to be ready.
Now there you go. So he even said 15 to 20 pounds of muscle will be needed to win a pro show. So that's a lot of muscle, and that's you know, that'll be really hard to do in 1 year, which he's planning on doing. So if he delays that preparation by competing in this next show in a few weeks, he's just taken away from his future goals of achieving a pro card and actually winning a pro show and standing a chance against those guys. So he's making the correct decision. Now, if his goal was just to achieve a pro card and call it quits there, and he's happy to, you know, tick off his goals and say, that's it, I'm happy, then so be it. That's fine. I'd say compete in 4 weeks. But he doesn't want to. He wants to compete on the Olympia stage, as he just said. He put it well when he said in his video that these 4 weeks where he should be preparing for next year, if he doesn't do this preparation, he'll be taking away 10% of his prep before next year's show. And when you put it like that, 10% of prep, that is a lot of time to make changes, a lot of time to pack on muscle.
But the thing that's been in my mind is, what would make more sense? For me to attempt to maintain the condition that I currently have, jeopardizing my health? Because I haven't made a video on my supplement stack just yet, and I haven't made a video breaking down what anabolics and the protocols that we have been utilizing to bring the condition. This is a video that's going to be coming a little bit in the future, so you can see my full supplement breakdown.
Now that's a video I will be waiting for and will definitely be reacting to, because supplement stacks are very interesting. And like, I know 100% he would have been on tren, obviously a form of testosterone, at least early on in his prep because of the water retention. And yeah, I'm very curious to see the exact dosages of these anabolics that he was on. So that's more to come on my channel as well. And that brings me on to my point of his health. Now, if he continues prep, that's another, I'm not sure on the exact weeks, I misheard. It's at least another 4 to 5 weeks on prep, which is not healthy, not just from a physical perspective, but also a mental perspective. Keeping your body fat percentage sub, even 8%, but he's at 6%, is absolutely insane. Like, for your mental state, for your libido, for your energy levels, for your sleep, for all the necessary functions that your body does on a daily basis, he's impacted due to his low body fat percentage, and obviously his anabolic use, which you can't maintain forever, especially at his level. So I think taking a break now is not a bad idea at all, in terms of his health. Now, I do sympathize for Brandon. His followers rely on him, even though they do support him. They want him to compete, they want him to succeed, and I can see why Brandon is under a lot of pressure, more so than just someone competing with no social media following, because all these people have been relying on him, watching him week in, week out, prep, from start to end.
One thing I've experienced over the last week is a lot of self-doubt and a lot of thinking that I'm not good enough, a lot of questioning my reason why. Not my reason why I'm competing, but my reason why I want to compete again. The goal to achieve an IFBB Pro card is more real now than it's ever been. And this has almost enlightened me and given me the ability to think logically.
There he is now saying, I am not going to be competing. He must feel like he's letting everyone down. But we need to take a step back and put ourselves in Brandon's shoes, alright? See things from his perspective and think to ourselves, what is best for Brandon? And I think what is best for Brandon is competing in a year's time. And I think everyone else should also do the same, and actually take a second to think, what about his health? What about his family? What about his friends? What about his misso? Or what about his girlfriend, I should say. That's my Aussie slang just kicking in there. So with everything going on, I really did resonate with Brandon, and the emotional distress that he must be going through. One thing I have picked up from following Brandon all this time is that he's a very resilient person, and he always rebounds very well from these types of situations, conflict. He's had conflict with coaches in the past. He's undergone certain circumstances regarding his health due to compounds. He's a great athlete overall, and he really is inspiring. So I think this is another one of those situations where he's really going to exceed all of our expectations, and I do encourage you to go watch his channel because he's an absolute beast. So overall, guys, I think it's the most strategic thing for him to do. Compete next year. We'll be following him all the way. If you're not, go follow him. I hope you enjoyed my video overall. Drop a comment, subscribe, like, do what you have to do. Reach out to me, follow the socials, and I'll see you soon.